Hello my viewers, welcome back to the channel. My video title, you know what this video is about. We have NBA, of course, the game comes on tomorrow. When you guys see this video, it'll be probably the day of. I'm supposed to have been live streaming the game, but would not be home when that happens. I'm gonna be watching the game where I'm at, but would not be home when it happens too as well, to live stream the game. So yeah, but I'm doing my predictions here, of course, early predictions about the game, and also my early predictions about accolade award winners like that for this season, like that, my predictions for that, and just the things about the season, the favorites and everything. Just dive into that. As you guys know, of course, the Thunder played the Rockets, and then we had the Lakers and Warriors. I'm probably gonna take the Thunder. Initially, I was gonna take Thunder in the game, but then now looking at it too as well, we've seen a lot of teams play spoiler, of course, on teams ring ceremony night and stuff. And I think the Rockets, with the weapons they have on their team as well, Amen Thomas, they have a big lineup too. Amen Thomas, you got Kevin Durant, and you're gonna have Sagoon, Jabari Smith, and Steven Adams all out there at the same time. That'll be a big lineup right there. 7, 8 plus like that. So it'll be a nice lineup out there for them. You bring in Kevin Durant, like I mentioned, 27 points per game score. Very efficient, of course, still at this level of his career. And, he doesn't have to do everything either on this team, because Sagoon is still there, Jabari Smith, Amen Thomas, all these different pieces still there. Yes, they lost Fred VanVleet, but they still have a lot of weapons, a lot of young talent, of course, to still get things done. When you have Coach Ime Udoka, who's a very good coach, of course, coaching you, they definitely have a chance to be a contending team. So I think the Rockets win this game, on tomorrow. You guys seen it today. Then I also think probably the Lakers win, of course. Luka Doncic, I think, is going to be on a tear. LeBron James will be out for a little while. I think Luka Doncic is going to take over and get things going. But my contenders, of course, for this season, of course, the Thunder would be the first team that you put on the list, because they are the reigning champions, of course, and we know that their roster is very young and their roster didn't go anywhere. They have the same weapons around. But also, like I mentioned, the Rockets definitely could be a contending team this season as well, a contending team for the championship as well, like that. We haven't seen that kind of for them in a long time. When they had James Harden here with Chris Paul and stuff, and they had all those weapons around them. They got to the conference championship, and Game 7 was one game short away from getting to the finals like that a few times like that. So having this new roster here with Coach Ime Udoka there as well, it's gonna be nice to see how things kind of go with them. Now also too, of course, as well, you look at a team like the Nuggets. When you have Jokic on there, 4-time MVP, when you have him on there on the team, it makes it very easy for you to go out there and to be a contender every time like that. Of course, the Lakers, of course, as well. When you have Luka and LeBron, contender as well. Warriors, of course, will be in the mix as well. Some teams out there too as well, like that, being in the mix, looking to contend, of course. And the Pistons, I wouldn't be surprised either, because last year they had a good year, and they built, and I think they're gonna build upon it this season as well. And they have a young core team as well, getting better and better, of course. I would be surprised to see them up there in the Magics as well. So some teams that they're contending. And then the Spurs, another team as well, that might not be, championship contending, but you never know. But they're kind of in that same boat the Thunder was in a few years ago, when the Thunder was young. They had a lot of young talent on the team, all these picks, of course, these top draft picks and stuff, trying to find themselves, trying to find and learn how to win. And I think the Spurs are kind of getting there like that. We've seen, of course, past few years, we've seen them kind of develop a little talent, of course. They didn't win a lot of games, of course, but they kind of improved what they did last year like that. First time they didn't win too many games. Second time they won a little bit more games like that. If they was in the East, they might have been in the playoffs like that, to play in. And I think this time they're actually gonna be in the playoffs. I can definitely see them getting the 7th seed or 6th seed like that. Especially if they can stay healthy with Mayama and everything. You see the moves he's been putting on as well. He got his putting ability up a little bit. He seems like he's quicker. They say he's taller now as well too. So yeah, having him out there with Stephon Castle, De'Aaron Fox, and everybody, all the pieces they have on their team, they definitely can make a push, of course, and a nice little run as well. So it's going to be interesting to see how this season kind of go like that. Also, Jason Tatum, of course, he said he's trying to play this season as well, so we'll know exactly when he'll be back. But the Celtics still have enough weapons to kind of hold things off. And we know the same thing for the Dallas Mavericks. They went out there and got D'Angelo Russell, add him to the mix. And you have Anthony Davis there, of course, as well, Klay Thompson, Cooper Flag there as well. Kyrie Irving looks pretty good in that when he was on training and stuff as well. I don't know if he's going to play, when he's going to play initially like that, because he did ACL last year, but you see how he recovered pretty well from it as well. But we'll see. I think it's kind of go, of course, as well. But yeah, this is gonna be a crazy season. And then the MVP predictions, I'm still sticking with my guy. I've been sticking with Luka Doncic for the past like 3 years. for like MVP. I think this is the year he probably get it. You know, he slimmed down. I think he'll be playing enough games, of course, and healthy, of course. And also, since LeBron will be out for I don't know, like a month or so, like that, you have Luka Doncic being the focal point of everything and going out there and making things happen. I think Luka Doncic can definitely get it done and be, you know, we know Luka Doncic is very dominant and very good, but having, you know, being slimmer like that, being quicker and faster, going to help his game even more like that. So Luka Doncic is going to be nice, I think, and definitely should be considered for MVP. We know SGA name will be up there, of course, as well, the reigning MVP, and you know Jokic will always find a way to be up there. He got 4 already. I know it might be voter fatigue a little bit for him probably, but Jokic definitely going to be up there too to possibly win his 5th MVP as well. So we'll see what kind of goes on with that. Also, of course, Defensive Player of the Year, in my opinion, my boy Bam Adebayo. You know, my Heat will not be having Tyler Hero to start the season off. You know, he had the surgery, of course, on his foot. So Tyler Hero will be out for the first few games. But with Khalil Ware, the way he's been playing in the preseason, the way he played last year as well, kind of get him give him the keys a little bit more like that. Let him go out there, take the car for a spin instead of having him in the back seat or something. Now he can drive a little bit. I think Khalil Ware is going to be full point for the Miami Heat offense and developing. And then, of course, Bam Adebayo going to do his thing as well. But I think Bam Adebayo can definitely be Defensive Player of the Year this season. Him and Wemby gonna win the award, in my opinion. I feel like those guys are very active, very athletic, can guard inside and outside. They can play, they can do help defense, they can do on-ball defense, they can do all type of things, of course, in transition and everything. They did a very good job. They're the anchor of both of their teams as well. So I think Wemby and Bam are probably the top 2 candidates for that DPOY. It's possible other people too as well, like that. They're possibly up there too as well. So we'll see. But I think Wemby and Bam are the main 2 focal points. I think this season, my predictions right there. But I'm hoping my Heat can go out there and be effective. I know we got some talent on our team. We got, of course, you know, Andrew Wiggins. We have Norman Powell added to the roster now. Khalil Ware is there. We're looking at Bam Adebayo, of course, still there. Tyler Hero, we'll see when he gets back, how healthy he is. But I'm still monitoring that, not Tyler Hero, Trae Young. The Trae Young situation, like I mentioned before, remember on this channel, I mentioned like last year, I had mentioned it, but I said Trae Young could possibly be a free agent. And not this season, but I said after this season. And the Hawks and Trae Young did not come to agreement with the contract extension. So that could possibly be something that happens. I think Trae Young in Miami would be perfect. Imagine Trae Young with a Bam Adebayo. Now, if it's like one of those things we can just get him without giving anything up, that'd be great. You can keep Tyler Hero as well, but if you have to get Tyler Hero up to get Trae Young, I would do it. Trae Young is a very good player. I think he's a better player than Tyler Hero as well. So, but if you can keep all of them together, that'd be even better, of course. But imagine that, Trae Young with Bam Adebayo and Khalil Ware, like that. And people keep mentioning like, oh, the defense though. I do not care about defense when you're averaging 28 points a game and 11 assists. I don't care about no defense at all. You can go out there and do what you want to do. But also Trae Young, you can go out there and plays pretty solid, because last year you look at Trae Young and some of his defensive splits as well. They was pretty solid like that. It was pretty solid numbers. And the 4th quarter he was up there with some of the top perimeter defenders like that at one point in the season as well. So people was kind of underestimating his defense a little bit. Sometimes I'm not saying he's the best defender, but last season, you know, he kind of showed you a little bit. You put him in certain spots, certain zones, and certain things, he can make things happen. But when you have Bam Adebayo and Khalil Ware out there with you on your team, you don't need none of that like that. You can still go out there and still make things happen. So the Heat right now got a lot of young pieces around. You know, Bam Adebayo, I think he's 27, 28 like that. So him still around, Tyler Hero as well. But no, Jaime Jaquez, he looked pretty good in preseason as well, getting better and stuff. So we'll see how he kind of gets out, because he had a little slump last year. So hopefully get out of that and get back to the groove he's playing in, and we can kind of get our young guys going. So if you bring in a guy like a Trae Young to pair with Bam and the young core we have, you can make a big time run like that and see you can get the best out of them. We know Coach Spo can turn trash into gold, and he can turn junk into platinum. Coach Spo is very good at doing that. So I'm hoping my Heat can definitely get the pieces around to finally compete again. Can we make the playoffs? My Heat and Steelers are very similar, no matter what the roster is, because the way our culture is set and our coaching and everything, you make the playoffs. But I don't want to be first round exit every time. The Heat been first round exit past 3 times in the playoffs. Get into the playoffs but not having enough talent to win in the playoffs. My Steelers, they get to the playoffs but not have enough talent to win in the playoffs. Now this season, it's a little bit better on offense like that with Aaron Rodgers and everything going, so hopefully it's different. But I'm hoping the same thing for my Heat as well, so we'll see how things kind of go. But that's all I have for today's video about, of course, the basketball predictions. Leave down below what you think is going to happen this season, who your top contenders are, and who are your award winning guys this season as well. Your predictions are very early predictions, and also your predictions for tonight's game. You know, Thunder, Rockets, and then you have Lakers, Warriors. Let me know down below, and I'll see you guys next time on the channel. Peace out.